You ever get that same chill from a really powerful speech as you do from an incredible song? Well, today, we're going to dig into why that is. Turns out, there's this hidden blueprint, kind of like a secret formula, that connects the two, and we are going to break it all down. I mean, just think about it for a second. Think about the soaring emotion in Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech. And then, think about the crazy dramatic arc of a song like Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody. One is all spoken word, the other is music, right? But what if I told you they're actually built on the exact same foundation? The answer, and this is so cool, is that they both tap into these really deep human patterns of persuasion. They follow this shared formula that's designed to move us, to convince us, and, just make us feel something really profound. So let's break that formula down.
Okay, so every single persuasive masterpiece, whether it's spoken or sung, it's gotta be built on a solid foundation. Let's start with the two core pillars here, rhythm and structure.
And you can literally feel this connection. A speaker's rhythmic pacing, the speed of their words, that powerful pause they use for drama, that does the exact same job as tempo in music. Both of them create this pulse that guides our emotional journey. It's persuasion you can actually feel in your bones.
And this idea gets even bigger when you look at the whole framework. A great speech isn't just a random bunch of facts, right? It's a structured argument that builds and builds. Well, a great song does the same thing. That verse-chorus pattern we all know, that's not random. It's a narrative device that builds up anticipation and then delivers this really satisfying emotional payoff, just like a perfectly crafted argument.
Okay, so we've got the skeleton down. Now, let's get to the heart of it all. How do music and rhetoric actually forge that deep emotional connection and create real meaning?
I love how one of the sources we looked at put it. It called this whole thing a melodic journey. And that's the key, right? We're not just talking about conveying information here. These are experiences, totally crafted to hit us on a visceral, emotional level. So how do they do it? Well, one of the most powerful shared tools is the metaphor. In a speech, a good metaphor can take this huge, complicated idea and just make it stick in your brain. And music uses metaphor too. Think about it. A soaring melody can feel like hope, right? A sad chord progression can represent loss. It's conveying complex emotion without using a single word.
And here's another huge parallel, the central theme. A great speech has one big idea that it keeps coming back to, like how Martin Luther King Jr. kept repeating, "I have a dream." Music uses the same exact trick, with a recurring melody or a motif. I mean, come on, think of the iconic 4 notes that open Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. In both cases, this theme gives it unity and makes that core message absolutely impossible to forget.
All right, so we've talked about the foundation and the emotional core. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty and look at the specific tools and techniques that, both orators and composers keep in their toolkits.
This is where the shared DNA becomes, undeniable. A speaker repeats a phrase for emphasis. A song repeats a melody to make it catchy. That clever alliteration in a speech, that's basically a short musical motif. And parallelism, using the same sentence structure over and over again. That's just like musical counterpoint, where you weave 2 distinct melodies together to create something way richer and more complex. It's amazing.
But this whole blueprint, it isn't just about words on a page or notes on a sheet. Its real power is only unlocked in the final and most crucial step, the performance.
At the end of the day, both rhetoric and music are performative arts. I mean, think about it. A powerful speech read in a monotone voice is just going to fall completely flat. And so will a symphony played without any emotion. It's the delivery, the tone, the expression, the dynamics. That's what breathes life into the blueprint and turns it into a genuinely persuasive experience.
And get this, it even extends to improvisation. A great speaker can read the room and adapt on the fly, just like a jazz musician spins a totally spontaneous solo. Both of them start with a solid framework, sure, but their genius is in creating something brand new and electric in that moment, forging an even stronger connection with their audience.
So when you pull all of these pieces together, the structure, the emotion, the craft, the performance, what you start to see is that music and rhetoric are basically speaking the same universal language of persuasion. Now, obviously, they're not exactly the same. Rhetoric is explicit. It uses the direct meaning of words to make its point. Music is way more abstract. It communicates through pure sound and feeling. But honestly, that difference just makes their shared goal even more profound. Both are designed to connect with the very core of what it means to be human.
So in the end, there really is this underlying symphony that connects them both.
Whether it's through the cadence of someone's voice or the harmony of an entire orchestra, they remind us that the art of persuasion is one of humanity's oldest and for sure one of its most powerful forms of communication.
And that really leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? If the principles of persuasion are so universal that you can find them in both a speech and a song, what other hidden symphonies are out there, quietly shaping our world and the way we connect with each other?